Good morning to all students and very good morning to our guest speaker, Mr. Amol Thorbole. He is the assistant professor in Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology. He is having more than 5 years experience in construction project. Okay, he is expertise in Primavera and Microsoft project software. Okay, he is working as a assistant professor from last 5 to 6 years in that particular mentioned college, and he is also having its own project management consultancy as well as the execution of building project. Okay, so I am from the civil engineering department, VCT. I welcome Mr. Amol Turbole, and yes, all students, we will have a great session on application of your Primavera software for this construction management as well as the building construction project. And I am requesting to all students, please do not consider this is our regular lecture. Okay, please try to understand what are the various concepts of the construction management as well as the this particular software. So please try to interact with Amol sir, and he is a very good friend of mine also. So please don't worry. So whatever doubt regarding to this Primavera and all, as well as this construction management, okay, process, how, what is the methodology, what are the procedure, okay, you can free to ask, okay, whatever doubt. Okay, he is very good experience in that particular areas. So yes, I announced that this is our guest lecture. So yes, I'm inviting Mr. Amol sir. So Amol sir, please start.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Viren, for kind words.
No sir, not yet. I have not completed. Yes, please
I would
start.
like to thank management of your institute for calling me for this expert lecture. And special thank to
Sir,
Dr.
sir,
Viren.
1 minute to interrupt you. Please share your screen, sir. So it will
Yeah, I
be
have
easy.
shared it.
Okay. Is it
Is it
visible?
visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. See, please
Yeah.
continue, sir.
Okay, so I would like to thank management of your institute and special thanks to Dr. Viren who called me for this expert lecture. Okay, so as rightly mentioned by the Dr. Viren, in this today's lecture, we are going to discuss first project management and the tools that are used for the project management. So most probably, or we are focusing more on the Primavera as a tool for the effective use of the project management. So can I start?
Yes, sir. Please
Am I
start.
audible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, we will discuss about the project management. As we know that for every construction project, we need to plan well before the execution of the project. Okay, do you feel planning of any project is important? Planning of any project is required for the successful completion of the project? Yes, because successful planning or effective planning of the project leads to economy in the project. No doubt, some cost may be increased due to the planning phase of the project. Okay, so in the first part of our today's session, we will discuss about the project management, and later on, we will focus on the use of Primavera for the construction project management. Okay, so first of all, we'll discuss about the definition of the project, definition of the management, and the definition of the project management. As we are aware that project is nothing but it is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create unique structure, unique product, or unique service. Let us take the example of the residential building construction project. Okay, so here in order to complete this project, we are making efforts, and all these efforts are temporary in nature, means for some period only we are contributing it for the completion. Okay, so it is a temporary endeavor. Why we are undertaking that endeavors? In order to create unique product or unique service. Okay, so every project has a fixed start time, every project has fixed end time. Okay, that is why it is considered to be a temporary in nature. Okay, and another terminology that is being used in the project management is the management. Okay, so management is an art of getting work done through the efforts of others. Okay, so in case of management, we are channelizing the efforts of all those who are part of that particular project. Okay, so in the project management, what we are doing, we are using various tools and techniques, and by these tools and techniques we are going to channelize these efforts in order to complete the project within stipulated time, within available resources, and within minimum cost. Okay, so for every project manager, he has constraint to complete the project within available resources, whatever resources available to him. Within that, he has to complete the project. So in order to complete the project within the available resources, he has to effectively plan the project. Okay, why we are planning the project? We are planning project because we have limited resources. If you have plenty of resources, then there is no need to do planning for the project. Okay, as we have limited resources, resources are referred to be manpower, money, time. Okay, so all these resources are limited one. Okay, that is why we are effectively considering them, or effectively managing them for the successful completion of the project. Okay, now this is the slide which tells about the various phases of the project. Every project will have standard phases like initiation or the idea inception, then planning of the project, then execution of the project, then controlling and monitoring of the project, and the closing of the project. So these 5 steps are part of every project. So in first phase, that is idea inception, idea will be evolved. Okay, and that idea will be checked for the technical and for finance. Means we need to do technical viability and financial viability for the idea. Okay, once we finalize the idea, we will go for the planning for the project. So in the planning phase, that is second phase of the project, we are going to identify the resources that are required for the successful completion of the project. Okay, once we identify the resources, we will try to organize them in an effective manner, and by this we will try to reduce, or we will try to achieve economy in the project. So during planning phase of the project, we identify all the resources that are required for the project. Then we organize them, means we will do the scheduling for the resources. So scheduling is based on the availability of the resources and the project requirement. Okay, so well before the execution of the project, we identify the resources requirement for the project, we organize them, we assign them to the activities. So that will be a part of planning. So this is the second phase of the project. Okay, first phase is idea inception, second phase planning. Till this phase we have not started any project. Okay, once we finish the planning phase of the project, we will go for the execution of the project. And during the execution of the project, we follow the plans that were set up in the planning phase, and with reference to this, we'll try to execute the project. Okay, so that is the third phase, that is the execution of the project as per the plan. Then during execution of the project, continuously we have to check the performance of the project, performance of the activities. Okay, so the performance of any project or performance of activity will be assessed in 2 terms, that is cost and time. Okay, so so we are going to check the performance of project with respect to cost and with respect to time. Okay, so how do we check the performance of the project? So for that, we have to compare the actual progress of the site with reference to the planned one. Okay, so here we need to develop baselines, means whatever plans developed in the planning phase, that will be useful for the monitoring of the project. Okay, so whenever we execute the project or whenever we take the feedback from the site, we will come to know about 3 situations. First situation, we may be behind the schedule. Okay, whatever we planned, we may be behind the schedule. Second, we may be as per the schedule, means we are executing the project as per the plan. And third case, we may be ahead of the schedule. these three situations may arise when we take feedback from the site, and continuously we have to check the progress of the site, progress of the project with respect to the plan. Okay, and by this you will come to know about the performance of project with reference to cost and with reference to time. Okay, so in this connection, we need to discuss earned value management, wherein we should calculate the cost performance index for each activity and schedule performance index for each activity, and with reference to that we have to make further decisions. Okay, so this earned value management is most important part of the project management for the controlling and monitoring of the project. Okay, so this was about the controlling and monitoring of the project. Then the last phase of the project is the closing of the project. Okay, when the project is over, when all the deliverables are achieved, when all the objectives are achieved, then we will hand over the site, or we will close that particular project. Okay, so here our major focus is on Primavera. Okay, so Primavera is one of the powerful tool that is being used for the effective project management. Okay, one of the beauty of the Primavera is that it is a comprehensive in nature, means it covers all phases of the project. In all, see here, just now we discussed the phases of the project, that is idea inception, planning, execution, controlling, monitoring, and closing of the project. See, these are the 5 phases of the project. So Primavera will be helpful in all phases of the project management, isn't it? Okay, so here is the definition for the management, project management, why we need to go for the project management, and the expectations and the quality parameter. Okay, now the next important point for the discussion is, why do company use project management? Okay, so the first reason is to handle projects effectively in an organization. Okay, so in every organization, we may find different projects that are located in different locations at different cities. Okay, so with the help of this project management, see, project management is nothing but it is a tool and some techniques, and by these tools and techniques we are effectively managing all the resources, isn't it? If you have n number of resources available with you, if you have n number of sites available with you, then it becomes quite difficult to manage all these resources and the sites. Okay, so in this case, project management play important role, and through this project management you can effectively organize the resources, you can effectively organize all the projects in an organization. Then the next one is about the project deliverables. Before launching of the project, we set some objectives for the project. Okay, and that objective need to be accomplished at the end of the project. Okay, so through this project management we can easily accomplish these objectives, we can easily achieve the outcomes or the objectives that are set for the project. Then next is to plan and assess resources that are required for the project. Here by this project management we can effectively and efficiently manage number of resources that are being used for the different projects that are part of the organization. Okay, now here by this project management we'll be in position to estimate the project cost and make proposals. Here we are estimating the project cost, means in order to estimate the project cost we must know the resources that are required for each activity. Okay, also we must know the resource requirement for different activities. Okay, so in project management we are going to identify resources that are required for the project, we are going to assign these resources to the different activities, and by this we will come to know about the activity cost. Okay, and by this also we can easily find the project cost, and with reference to that we can prepare proposals for the same. Then by this project management we can easily plan and schedule the activities, whatever activities that are part of the project that will be scheduled in the project management. Okay. Then next one is the to allocate the right resource at right time. So this is most important one. Success of your project depends upon the perfect allocation of resources. Okay. So for that, project manager must know the skills that are available with his team. Okay. And with reference to the desired skills of the project team, he is going to assign work that is part of the project. Okay. So allocation of right resource to right time is most important. Then in most of the cases, we cannot forecast risks that may occur during the execution of the project. So in order to assess risks and the failure points, we need to refer for this project management. And the last reason is to lead a project team effectively and communicate well. As we know that in case of project management, communication plays important role. Okay. And one more important terminology is the information. Okay, sharing of correct information within the stakeholders of the project is most important for the successful completion. Okay. Okay. So these are the pages of the project that were discussed earlier. Okay. Now we'll focus our. Yeah, we need to discuss work breakdown structure because this is important one. Yes. So one of the important terminology of the project management is the work breakdown structure. See, work breakdown structure is nothing but it is a systematic decomposition of the project. Okay. See, here we need to manage resources that are being used for the project, and there are different types of resources like manpower, money, time, equipments, isn't it? So it is quite difficult to manage all these resources during the execution of the project. Okay, so for this we will try to divide the project into number of manageable activities. Okay, why we are dividing project into number of manageable activities? By dividing this project into number of manageable activities, we can easily assign resources to the activities. We can easily track, we can easily monitor the resource consumption for the activities, or by this we can measure the performance of any activity. Okay, and here we can assign work or we can assign activities to the resources. That is why it is important to divide the project into number of manageable activities. Say I am using word manageable. So all these activities that are divided, all these activities that are part of the project are manageable, means we can easily control, monitor the resources that are consumed for the successful completion of the activity. Okay, so this is about the work breakdown structure, and this is most important one, isn't it? Okay, so here is the hierarchy by which we can divide the entire project into activities. So first of all, we will divide the project to sub-project level. Then again, that will be divided into task level. Then task levels will be divided into work packages, and at last we will divide it into activity level. Okay, so here is the one of the example of the work breakdown structure, wherein we have a project of highway construction project, and that has been divided into three major parts. That is a pre-construction task group, pavement construction task group, and flyover construction task group. Again, this work has been divided into activities. Okay, so in this way, we have divided this project into number of manageable activities. Once we divide it, we can assign resources to them, and through these resources, we can complete the activities. Completion of activity leads to the completion of the project, isn't it? Because the activities are integral part of the project. Okay, so now we will move towards the main part of our discussion, that is the application of Primavera in the project management. Yeah. In market, you will find a number of tools that are being used for the project management. Okay. So the most probably you will find Microsoft Office. Then Project Libre is one of the open source software that is available for the project management. Then Primavera P6 is also one of the popular tool or the software being used in the construction industry for the effective and efficient project management. Okay, so now we'll discuss about the first of all we will discuss theoretical part of the Primavera P6. What is the base for the Primavera P6 or what can be done through the Primavera P6? Then we will go for the case study on the Primavera. Okay, so the Primavera project management model is the comprehensive. Okay, so comprehensive means it covers all phases of the project management, right from idea inception to the closing of the project. We need to use this Primavera P6 software. Okay, so it has application in all phases of the project. That is why it is comprehensive in nature, and it is a multi-project planning and control softwares. Okay, so by this Primavera P6 module, we can effectively manage n number of projects that are located at n cities, n countries. That is the beauty of Primavera. And effectively, we can manage all these projects, isn't it? Basically, it is built on Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server relational database for enterprise-wide project management scalability. Okay, so by this project management Primavera, module, your organization will be in position to store and manage all the project data at a central location. Okay, so at head office, you may develop a server for the same, and through that server, you can manage and store all the project data that are being executed by your organization. Okay, again, this module, that is Primavera P6 module, supports work breakdown structure. Okay, as discussed earlier, work breakdown structure is one of the important phase wherein we are dividing the project into number of manageable activities, or we can call it as a systematic decomposition of the project. Okay, so this model supports work breakdown structure, means it facilitates the project to divide into number of manageable activities. Then the next important terminology is the organizational breakdown structure, that is OBS. OBS means, see, in case of work breakdown structure, we divided project into number of manageable activities. Now, in case of organizational breakdown structure, we will divide the entire workforce available with your organization into departments. Okay, so the best example of this organizational breakdown structure is the organization structure for your institute. Okay, if you go through your institute website, you will come across the organization structure for your institute. Okay, wherein you will find a flow chart. Okay, so in flow chart, whatever resources available, whatever man force available with your organization has been divided into different parts, different departments as per their skills, as per their hierarchy, isn't it? So at top level, you will find management of your institute. Then next to the management, you will have a director or the principal for your organization. Then next to the principal, you will have a deans for the various sections, dean academics, dean R&D, isn't it? Like this. Then next to that, you will have a head of department, and under whom there will be a list of faculties who are working under that department. And next to that department, you will have a supporting staff like lab assistant, lab attendant. Okay, so here we divided our entire workforce into different departments as per their skills. Those who are graduate in civil engineering, they will be assigned work of civil engineering department. Okay, so based upon the skills, based upon the qualification, we divided them. Again, here we maintain the hierarchy. Okay, at the top we will find management of our institute. Okay, so principal or director will get instructions from the management. Okay, and the same instructions will be issued to the deans, those who are next to the director or the principal. Okay, So this is the best example of the organizational breakdown structure. Then here you will find various user-defined fields and the codes. Okay, here you have flexibility, user flexibility, wherein the user can develop his own fields, user can develop his own codes. Okay, then it uses the critical path method. Okay, as you know that for the construction project we use critical path method for the scheduling of the project. And here we can do resource leveling also. Resource leveling means as per resource availability we will try to schedule the activities that are part of the project. Okay, so this is about the introduction to the Primavera P6 model. Okay, now the next important question is why to go for Primavera. In market we have a number of tools for the project management, then why to go for a project Primavera P6. Yes, see, Primavera P6 is internationally reputed software. Most of the MNCs are using this software. Through this software we can manage n number of projects that are located at n cities, n countries. That is the beauty of Primavera. Okay, so the first reason is it gives complete project management solution. It means it covers all phases of the project management: idea inception, planning, execution, controlling, monitoring, and the closing of the project. Okay, it is internationally reputed. Most of the MNCs are using this software for effective project management. Then here we have flexibility to manage and control multiple projects in a centralized location, as discussed earlier. Again, it provides facility to integrate ERP or accounting system. See, here in the Primavera P6 software, we are going to assign resources to the different activities. Okay, so first of all, we will divide the project into number of manageable activities. Then we will assign the resources to these activities. And once we assign these resources, we'll come to know about the cost required for the successful completion of the different activities. Okay, so here we are integrating ERP and accounting system with the critical path method. Okay, so that is why most of the MNCs are preferring Primavera P6 as a powerful tool for the effective implementation of the projects. Then Primavera P6 is the web-based project management, which gives project team anywhere, anytime access to the projects they are assigned to work on. See, here we are using web-based project management, and by this web-based project management, we can give access to the project team in those who are located at any location. Okay, so we can also access the project's data from any point of country, any point of project. Okay, then it covers all phases of the project, right from idea inception to the closing of the project. Then it gives the creation of work breakdown structures and the activities. So it provides facility to develop the work breakdown structure. Okay, then by using Primavera P6 software or Primavera project management, organizations can ensure that project team members are communicating with each other. So as discussed earlier, communication plays an important role for the successful completion of the project. So the communication part is handled by this software also in good response. Okay, now here are the some of the advantages of using Primavera in comparison with other conventional planning tools. In market, you will find Microsoft Project Library as a tools for the project management. Okay, so the first advantage is the centralized project repository. Here in the Primavera P6 software, we can manage all our projects data at from a central location. Okay, so that is the beauty. That is why it is written as a centralized project repository. Again, through this centralized project repository, we can decide the access level to the team members, isn't it? Then the next one is the enterprise project structures and the codes. Now here, one of the beauty of Primavera P6 is the development of the EPS, that is enterprise project structure. Now under this enterprise project structure, we will define the areas under which our organization is working. Let us take the example of any construction company. Okay, let us assume that ABC is one of the construction company who is handling projects in the different sectors like transportation, energy, then the residential building complexes. Okay, so these are the three important departments wherein they are working. Okay, so they have different separate division for the transportation, they have separate division for the energy, they have separate division for the building construction projects. Okay, so this organization has been divided into three major departments, major divisions. That is energy, transportation, and residential building. Okay, so those who are part of building construction project, they will not be allowed to access data of other divisions, data of roads projects, isn't it? So here, when we install the Primavera P6 software, first of all, we have to provide enterprise project structure, means we have to define the domains under which we are executing the project. Okay. Then next one is the cross project analysis and reporting. See here, during the execution of the project, we may find difficulty in the availability of the resources, or some resources are required to be employed at multiple sites, multiple projects. Okay, so here the Primavera gives facility by which we can develop a separate calendar for separate resources. Okay, and as per the availability of such resources, we can assign them for the multiple projects. Okay, and here we can take feedback of site very effectively and efficiently through sitting in the head office. Okay, then next advantages of using critical path method as a tool for the scheduling of the project. Okay, so here we use this activity duration, then the relationship between various activities and the resources availability. We will schedule the project. So here you need to provide activities that are part of the project. You need to provide the time required to complete the activity. You need to provide resources requirement for the project, and you need to provide the relationship between various activities. Okay, then the last is the float path analysis. Do you know the application of float? I think you might be aware of this terminology, that is float. You might have learned this concept in your engineering management course. Okay, so float is nothing but it is a time duration or maximum time duration by which activity start date or end date can be delayed without affecting the project duration. Okay, let us take the example wherein one of the activity or activity A has a float of 5 days. Okay, what is the meaning of 5 days float? It means that even though activity A's start date is delayed by 5 days or up to 5 days, we will not hamper or we will not delay the entire project duration, because that A activity will be a non-critical activity. Okay, so for non-critical activities only we will have a float. Okay, so float is nothing but it is time flexibility within which activity start time or end time can be delayed without affecting the project duration. So this is important one, float path analysis. You must know the correct concept of the float, because in most of the cases we need to do the resource leveling. So for resource leveling, we should know the float available for the non-critical activities, and with reference to that float values, we are going to level the resources. Then cross project dependency that we discussed in the earlier during earlier point, that is we can assign the resources to the multiple projects. Then resource assignments, here we can assign resources to the activities as per the requirement. Then next advantage is ERP or accounting integration. Here we are providing the cost of resources. So by this we'll come to know about the cost required for the successful completion of each activity. Then resource leveling, wherein we are going to use available float, and with reference to available float we will try to level the resources. Means in case of resource leveling, as per the resource availability, we'll try to schedule the project. Okay. Then the baseline management. So in baseline management, we need to develop baseline for the cost and baseline for the time. Okay. So during planning phase, we will develop baseline for time and cost. And during execution of the project, we continuously check the progress of the project with reference to baselines. And by this, we will come to know about the performance of the project. Okay, so here we may decide the frequency of updating of the project. Okay, and at that frequency, we'll try to update the baseline for the project. And the last advantage is the project reports. Here you can develop n number of projects as per your convenience, as per your requirement. Okay, so you can develop user defined projects over here. Okay. Okay. Now, in this Primavera P6, we are going to use critical path method. Okay, we are not going to refer PERT, because the PERT type of technique is used for the research and development type of projects. Okay, I think you might be aware of this critical path method. Yes. Now, I think this is the second last slide. Okay. So here I have provided the steps that are required for the development of project in the Primavera P6. Okay. So first step is setting and defining of the enterprise project structure. See here, we are going to discuss each point in detail during our next session. So first one is the setting of and defining of the enterprise project structure. As discussed earlier, under this APS, we are going to provide the divisions under which we are executing the projects, like energy sector, then transportation sector, residential building construction sector. Okay, likewise, we will develop the enterprise project structure, and for each division, we are going to assign the resources. Means we are going to assign general manager for each division, project manager, site engineer. Okay. So first is the setting up and defining of the enterprise project structure. Okay. So this step is required only when we install the Primavera P6. Okay. So immediately after installation, we need to provide this enterprise project structure. Afterwards, there is no need to provide EPS. Okay. Then the next one is addition of project to the enterprise project structure hierarchy. Okay. Suppose you want to add project of transportation sector, then you need to select that EPS, that is transportation engineering, and under that you can add the project. Okay. So as per the division of the project, you can add projects into that. Then the next one is the defining of the work breakdown structure, wherein we are going to do systematic decomposition of the project. Okay. And next one is the defining of the organizational breakdown structure. Means here we are dividing our workforce into various positions. Then next part is defining of the resources. Okay. Then creation of calendars for the activities and the resources. Here we can develop calendars at project level. We can develop calendars at global level. Okay, so that all we are going to discuss over here. Okay. Then we will add activities to the work breakdown structure, that is WBS. And afterwards, we need to provide input activity details like name of the activity, duration of the activity, then start date, end date for the activity, and their relationship with other activities. So this information is required under this point. Once we provide this information, we can easily schedule the project, and by this schedule, we'll come to know about the start date of the project and end date for the project. Okay, so this is so these first 9 steps we need to need to follow before execution of the project. When we execute the project, when we start execution of the project, we need to continuously check the progress of the site, progress of the project, and we need to update it in our baseline. Okay, so updating progress after project starts. And last is to find the print reports that are required for the administration of the project. Okay. Now the first part is of setting up of enterprise project structure. Okay, so here is one of the example wherein they have provided the concept of the enterprise project structure. Okay, so here this EPS is developed immediately after installation of the Primavera software. Okay, afterwards there is no need to develop this EPS because this is here we are defining the company domains. Okay, so here we have example for this Kirloskar Construction and Engineers Limited. Okay, so this is the organization. Under this organization, they are executing projects in 2 divisions, civil division and mechanical division. Again, under civil division, they have different departments. They are executing projects in different departments like industrial plants, water treatment plants, road, highways and bridges, ports, airports and railways. Okay, so all these departments are part of civil division. Okay, so Kirloskar Construction and Engineers Limited will be a company which will be at level 1. Next to that company, we will have 2 divisions, civil and mechanical. Okay, then within this civil division, we have departments as industrial plant, water treatment plants. Here you will find the hierarchy, systematic hierarchy over here. At level 1, we have organization. At level 2, we have divisions, that is civil and mechanical. At level 3, we have departments that are part of the division. Okay, so here mechanical division has been divided into 3 departments: hydrocarbon, meteorological plants and power plants. Okay, so first of all we have to develop this enterprise project structure. Then we can easily assign the general manager, project manager or site engineer to the various projects that are part of the various enterprise project structures. Okay, so this is about the EPS. Okay, now here is the one of the project that was added under industrial plants. Okay. Yes, already we have discussed this work breakdown structure wherein we have divided project into number of manageable activities. Okay, so I don't feel this to be required over here. Yeah, here is the organization breakdown structures. Here we have president. Next to the president, we have registered office. Then under registered office, we have engineering section, finance section, HRD and admin. Okay, so we have divided our entire workforce into number of positions as per the hierarchy. Okay, so now we will go towards the okay, so this is the common input or information required for the activity. You must have activity ID, activity name, type of activity that we'll discuss during next session. Start and finish date, then steps of an activity, that is breakdown of the activities into the smaller units. Then relationship between various activities. The relationship may be in terms of the predecessor, successor. Then types of resources required for the successful completion of the activities like labor, non-labor and material. Then we must develop a activity calendar for the same, and we should have information about the constraints, if any. Then the status of activities, and that will be during the execution of the project. Okay, so this is the data required for the uh, adding in activity into the Primavera P6 software. Now we will move towards the actual Primavera P6 software. Okay, so is it visible?
Sir, sorry for interrupt you. If you want to take a break, then we can take.
Yeah.
Okay, if you, because continuous speaking is very difficult with this online platform, so that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, please let us know
I'll
if you
take
want to take. Okay.
I will take care of that.
Okay.
Okay, so here is the window for the Primavera P6 Professional R8.1 version. Right now we have 16.2 also, okay, which is advanced one. Here I have opened one of the sample project, that is construction of a residential building. Okay, so as discussed earlier, very first point after installation of the Primavera P6 software is to develop enterprise project structure. Okay, so already I have developed it. I will show you. So here is the enterprise. Here you will find the enterprise project structure. Okay, now here, see here, let us concentrate on this part only, that is RKL, Radhakrishnan Limited. Okay, here in my case, I had developed enterprise project structure for Radhakrishnan Limited. Okay, so this is the organization name, and under this Radhakrishnan Limited, we have different divisions like oil and gas division, power division, infrastructure division, and refinery division. Okay, so we divided our organization into 4 divisions. Am I correct? So at level 1, we have organization, that is Radhakrishnan Limited, and that organization has been divided into 4 divisions. So the divisions will be at level 2. Okay, so if you want to add project of oil and gas, then you must refer this division. Okay, that project should be part of oil and gas division. If you want to add a road construction project, then you must refer this infrastructure division. Okay, so here we systematically divided our organization into divisions. Okay, why we are dividing? It becomes quite simple to manage projects. Okay, if you divide your organization into divisions, it becomes quite simple to manage the projects that are part of the divisions. Okay, so here we have developed this division. Now the director of Radhakrishna Limited, who is owner, who is looking after this organization, will be responsible for all these divisions. Okay, under his leadership, companies executing projects in the different divisions. Okay, so here first of all, we have director at level 1. Then after director, we will have the general manager for each division. Okay, so general manager for oil and gas division, general manager for power division, general manager for infrastructure division, and general manager for refinery division. Okay, so general manager of refinery division will be responsible for all the projects that are part of refinery division, and the general manager of refinery division has to report the director of the organization. Okay, so here we develop the enterprise project structure, isn't it? Now we need to develop positions as director of Radhakrishnan Limited, who is owner. Next to the director, we will have general manager for oil and gas division, general manager for power division, general manager for infrastructure division, and general manager for refinery division. General manager of infrastructure division will not have access to the projects of other divisions. He will be responsible for his division only. He has to look after his division only. He has to nothing to do with the other divisions. Okay, so for that we should develop these positions. At level 1, we will have director. At level 2, we will have 4 general managers. See, all these 4 general managers will be at same level. They are next to the owner, next to the director. Okay, so all these general managers are going to report to the director of the organization. Okay, so here we divided our divisions, or we divided our organization into divisions. Okay, now what we'll do, we will develop a position in organization for a human resource. That is, we are going to develop position for director, we are going to develop position for general manager for these divisions. Okay, so that will be a part of organizational breakdown structure, that is OBS. Okay, so again go to the enterprise OBS, that is organizational breakdown structure. Already I have developed organizational breakdown structure and EPS for my case. Okay. See here, here I have developed organizational breakdown structure. As decided earlier, the director of RKL, that is Radhakrishnan Limited, will be considered as owner, and next to them we will have 4 different general managers. Okay, so here we have developed general manager of road, general manager, sorry, it is not for this. Yeah, here we have general manager for power division, general manager for refinery division, general manager for infrastructure division. Okay, so all these general manager are next to the director. Okay, and again under this general manager we will have project managers. Okay, so these project managers will be at level 3. Okay, so the project manager will report to general manager, general manager will report to the director. Okay, so we have to maintain hierarchy over here, isn't it? So in this way we can develop the positions that are available in your organization. Now next thing is, see here, so far we developed EPS, that is enterprise project structure, and organizational breakdown structure. Now it is time to link these two terminologies. We need to link organizational breakdown structure to the enterprise project structure. So again we will go back to the enterprise project structure. Okay, here we have defined divisions for our organization. Okay, so we need to assign director for this position. Okay, so here in my case here the responsible manager is director RKL. Okay, once you click on this button you will be directed to the organizational breakdown structure. Okay, so before assigning you must have that positions in your OBS. Okay, if not you may develop and you may go for assigning. Okay, so here I have assigned the responsible manager as director for the Radhakrishnan Limited. Then at this level we will have general manager for oil and gas division, power division, general manager for power division, infrastructure division, general manager for infrastructure, refinery, here responsible manager is general manager for refinery division. Okay, so in this way we can divide our workforce into departments as per their skills, and we can link it to the enterprise project structure. Okay, are you getting my presentation? Please.
Yes,
Harshad, Ganesh,
Yes, sir.
Rajkumar, Sahil, are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
See, it is too interesting
Yes,
software.
sir.
You will enjoy this.
yes. So we will expect a more question and answer session when you are completed. Okay. So
Yeah.
first you complete, then because it will be interruption between you. Na? So that's why they are not speaking.
Yeah.
So yes. And
So it is,
sir, what
it is
about
my
break?
duty.
Yes.
We will take break at 12:15.
Okay, 12:50. Okay, sir. Please continue.
I need to check whether I am speaking correct or not.
No, no, yes, yes, it is completely understanding, sir. Yes.
Okay. So once you finish this development of EPS and the organization breakdown structure, then we can go on adding the projects that are part of the different divisions. Okay, so before that, we will discuss about the development of the calendar over here. So calendar tab is available under this enterprise. Okay, so here we can, here we have three options: global, resource, and project. Okay, so global calendars are the calendars that are developed at a central location being by the admin. Okay, so global calendars can be accessed by all the team members, all are part of the Primavera P6 users. Then next we have resources, wherein we can develop resource calendar, means we can develop calendar for each resource like project manager. Then sometimes it may happen that special equipments are required to be employed for various sites or multiple sites. So in that cases, we will develop a separate calendar for such special equipments, and through that we can easily identify its availability. Okay, so resources calendars are refer for resources that are part of the project. And the third option is project. Here we can develop project specific calendars that will be useful for that project only. It cannot be copied to another projects, or it cannot be viewed by the another project team members. Okay, so here just now I signed in through admin, so I have access to develop global calendars. Okay, so here we can develop calendars as per our requirement. See, it is a user friendly software. Whatever you want, you can create over here. Okay, so I will give a small demo over here. So first of all, I will develop a calendar for a Dubai project. Okay, so for that I have to copy one standard calendar. Okay, so I will take standard calendar as 7-day work week or 7/24. Okay, so here is the new calendar developed. So I will rename it as Dubai project calendar. Okay, so here I have copied it from 7-day work week, wherein we had 24 hours working. Okay, now we need to change the duration for this calendar. Okay, so for that I will select this calendar, then I will go to the modify tab. Okay, now here all my days are working one. Okay, so I will keep Friday as holiday for Dubai project. Okay, so for that, sorry, I will go to the work week. Okay, now here I will define the working hours for each day. Okay, so I will assign 8 hours as a working days for all days except Friday. On Friday we have holiday, so we will put it as a 0, 8, 8 here. Okay, so all our Fridays will become holidays. Okay, now let us assume that as for the project requirement, we need to continue our work on Friday also, some Fridays. Okay, then how to manage such changes? So in that cases, let us assume that on 28th we need to continue our project. Okay, so we have to select such a day and we have to click on work. Right now it is a non-work. Okay, so by clicking over here, you will be assigning it as a working day for the project. Okay, and sometimes see, even though this 10th of May is the working day, but we are expecting a holiday on that particular day. So in that case, we can click on non-work, and by this also we can put working hours, sorry, working and non-working days. Okay, so first of all, we have to develop calendar, okay, for the project, and we have to make provision of holidays and all other requirements for the entire project duration. It means that suppose you are developing a project having duration 1 year, then you have to assign the holidays and all other requirements up to next year in the calendars. Okay, so this is the way how we can develop calendar for the project. Okay, once we develop this project, we can assign it to the project, and all the activities that are part of the project will take the working hours, working days from this calendar only. Okay, so this is about the development of calendar. Okay, once we develop the calendar, one of the important point is the addition of the project. Okay, so I will just add a new project. Okay, so when I click on create a new project, it will ask for the EPS, means under which organization you are going to add project. So by default, I have created this or I have installed this particular software for Radhakrishna Limited. Okay, so my organization name will be Radhakrishna Limited. If you want to change it, you can click over here and you can change the EPS. Okay, so in my case, I want to add project under this EPS only. So I will click on next button. Okay, when you click on next button, it will ask for the project ID. Okay, so here we can provide the project ID as A0001. See, whatever project ID we are providing, that should be unique one. Okay, and project name demo project. Okay, then click on next. Okay, now it will ask for the project plan start date, means when you are going to start your project. If you know the date for the project plan start date, then you can enter over here. Otherwise, it will take a automatic data date, means whenever you develop a project, that will be considered as a project plan start date. And if you want to provide constraint for the project, like that project must finish by this and this date only. Okay, so in that case, you can provide the must finish date over here. Okay, next. Okay, now it will ask for the responsible manager. In the early step, I have selected Radhakrishna Limited as the EPS, and Radhakrishna Limited, the responsible manager for Radhakrishna Limited is director of RKL. Okay, so here automatically a responsible manager has been assigned to this particular project. Still, you want to change this responsible manager, you can change from the OBS. The next. Okay, now the standard type is standard. Red type will be a standard red. Okay, now by this we have developed the project. Okay, so I will click on finish. Okay, now after development of the project, I have to assign calendar to the project. Okay, so I will go to the projects. Here is the demo project, which is developed under this Radhakrishna Limited. Okay, now I will set the Dubai project calendar for this particular project. Okay, so for that we have to select this project, then go to the defaults tab. Here calendar, by default calendar is 7/24. It means that whenever you add project in this Primavera P6, your by default calendar will be 7/24. Here we can change this calendars, default calendar also. Right now default calendar is 7/24. I can change it to Mumbai also. Okay, so I need to change this calendar. Okay, so for this project we have developed calendar for Dubai. Okay, Dubai project calendar. Okay, now next is decomposition of the project, that is work breakdown structure. Means we need to divide this project into number of manageable activities. Okay, so for that, first of all, we will open this project. Okay, now we will add work breakdown structure. We will divide our project into two parts, substructure and superstructure. Let us assume that we are executing the project of residential building construction. Substructure and superstructure. Okay, so here are the WBS, that is work breakdown structure. We divided our project into two major parts, substructure and superstructure. Now we will go on adding activities for this substructure and superstructure. So for that we have to go to the activities. Okay. Okay. So substructure and superstructure, these are the two WBS. Under this substructure, we will go on adding activities. Okay. So first of all, I will add activity as site cleaning. And then we will go on adding activities. Then line out. Then excavation. Then PCC and putting. Masonry. Then murum filling and compaction and PCC at print level. Okay, so these are the activities that are part of substructure. Okay, so here we have added these activities. By default, the activity ID has been generated. Okay, so first activity is having ID as A1000, next activity A1010. So there is a lag of there is a difference of 10 in each activity. Okay, so here we have provided the activity name. Now the by default duration for each activity is 5 days. So already I have set the by default duration as 5 days in my setting. That is why it takes 5 days. So let us assign original duration for these activities. Okay, so site cleaning requires 2 days, line out requires 1 day, excavation 2 days, PCC 1 day, putting 3 days, rubble masonry 5 days, murum filling 2 days, compaction 1 day, and PCC 1 day. Okay. Let me change the columns. Okay, so whenever you add activity in this Primavera, you will find bar for the same, and the bar length depends upon the duration. Okay, so here you will find bars. Here, these are the bar chart. So this is the bar chart. These are the bars for various activities. Now, right now, all these bars are starting on same day. That is, start date is 8th of May 2021. Why this happens? Because today only we have developed this activity, and so far we have not provided any relationship. Okay. So the length of this bar depends upon the duration of the activity. Okay. So in this way, we provided the activity details. Now we will provide activity relationship. Okay. So first of all, we need to execute activity of site cleaning. Once we finish this, we will go for line out. Okay. So for site cleaning, successor activity will be line out activity. Okay. So we will add successor activity as line out. Here, when you provide relationship, you will find the arrow which connects or which ensures the relationship between various activities. Okay. Then after line out, we will go for excavation. After excavation, we need to go for PCC. Then after PCC, we will go for footing. Then when we complete the footing, we will go for rubble masonry. Then after rubble masonry, we will go for murum filling. Then after murum filling, we'll go on compacting the same. And after compaction, we'll do PCC for the plinth level. Okay. Okay. So here still all the activities are starting on same day, that is 8th of May 2021. So far we have provided relationship, but we have not scheduled the project. Okay. So I will schedule the project. Okay. Let us assume that we are starting this project on 10th of May. Okay. So I will click on schedule. Yes. Now you can see over here, the activities are scheduled as per their relationship. See here, all these activities are in series. One after another, we are executing the activities, isn't it? So once we click on schedule, when we provide the starting date for the activity, all the activities get scheduled as per the relationship. Okay. Now let us assume that during rubble masonry requires 5 days and murum filling requires 2 days. Okay, so whatever rubble masonry done in the first 4 days, in that section we can go for murum filling, and by that we can reduce the activity project time duration. Okay, so after 4 days of rubble masonry, we will start for murum filling. Okay, so here we have provided relationship as finish to start. Okay, see, by default relationship will be of finish to start. As you know that there are 4 basic types of relationship: finish to start, finish to finish, start to start, and start to finish. Okay, so here we can ensure all types of relationship in the Primavera P6. Okay, so here we want to reschedule these 2 activities. Okay, rubble masonry. Okay, successor activities murum filling. Okay, I will propose lag as -1. Okay. See here, this activity has been shifted by 1 day. Okay, because we have provided a lap of 1 day in between these 2 activities, that is rubble masonry and murum filling, isn't it? Okay, so in this way we can schedule the project. Now we will take a break for 5 minutes only. Afterwards we will go on question answer for this Primavera P6. Okay. Viren sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Yes, we will take a 5 minutes break, and all students are requested to please identify some questions regarding to our session. Okay, and we will discuss more because listening from one side is not actually interested. So
Yeah, yeah,
now, actually, this lecture will be implemented with this Q&A session. So that will be very much important, and which will be become a interesting session. Okay, so yes, after 5 minutes we will meet, sir. Huh?
yeah,
You
yeah,
have,
yes.
you have a break. Okay, okay, take a break. Yes, and all students are requested, do not post your questions in chat box. Okay, simply turn on your speaker and you can directly ask to the guest speaker. Okay, or if there is a reason, if you are having some mic issue, then only you can post your question in your chat box. Okay, so I'm hope you to expect more questions from your side.
Viren sir.
Huh.
Viren sir, it is better to go one by one, means one-to-one interaction. That will be more effective.
Yes, but sir, what happened because of it, the numbers of students are more, so that's why
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
it
No,
will
no,
become.
those who are having doubt, they can directly
Yes, yes,
unmute
yes,
themselves.
yes. They, yes,
They
yes,
can
yes,
ask
yes,
query.
yes, yes. Yes. All student, can we start now? Please reply in chat box. Yes.
Hello,
Yes,
Viren
Amol
sir.
sir. Yes, Amol
Yes.
sir. Yeah. Can we
Yes.
start?
Yeah.
Yes. So, first of all, I want to very much thankful to Mr. Amol sir, Amol Thorbole sir, because the understanding of such softwares like Primavera, okay, and other structural software, and anyway, any software, okay, which are word widely used, but understanding such software within a 1 hour, 2 hour session is very difficult. When we were in MTech, okay, so we need to understand this particular software. So we were assigned for this workshop, which is assigned for us for 15 days. Yes, and then only we are knowing only this 1 to 2% of the software. Yes, that quite difficult, and that quite a kind of huge of and various ribbons are there. Okay, it is very means what you can say. Understanding is quite difficult as compared to Microsoft project also. So yes, I hope still student understanding some points. Okay, so yes, I am opening now question and answer session. So all students are requested. You can turn on your speaker and ask whatever question in your mind. So yes, Giovanni. Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sapi, please ask.
Sapi.
So, do you have any actual example of work breakdown structure to like show?
Yeah. See, just now we discussed the residential building construction project, wherein we divided project into two WBS, that is substructure, superstructure. Even we can divide this substructure and superstructure in next levels also. But for understanding only, I had divided into two WBS, that is substructure and superstructure.
Next question, please. Yes, Gurpreet.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Please ask.
I was asking, once we had a seminar on MS project also for other subject that is project management. So it was also very interactive and the features were also same. So what are the major differences between these softwares?
Yes, sir. Sir, he is try to understand. He want to try to know why we go for this Primavera only, because the features are like similar to Microsoft project. But why we go for the Primavera then?
Yeah, here one of the beauty of this Primavera is that we can develop the EPS for the entire organization, and this will be helpful for the execution and monitoring of the project. Okay, here easily we can develop the organization breakdown structure. We can assign these various positions like general manager, project manager, site engineer, and they will be responsible that project. So we can check the accountability of the individuals, those who are part of the project. That is the beauty. Again, if you consider the beauty of Primavera in terms of the calendar, here we can develop calendar for resources, calendar at global project and resource level. Okay, so as per the users requirement, we can develop calendar. So we have some limitation in terms of calendar for Microsoft project, okay, and that are removed in this Primavera P6. And during controlling and monitoring of the project, we can easily track the progress of the activity in terms of the cost and the time. That is most important one. So these are the very few points which differs from the Microsoft Office. Gurpreet.
Okay, sir, I got your point.
Sir, I have one doubt and one question simply. Uh, how many activities? Okay, how much activities, maximum activities we can add to this prepare this breakdown work breakdown structure?
we can add n number of activities. That is the
Okay.
beauty of
So no
Primavera.
limitations of activity.
Yeah, no
So we
limitation.
can
Even
go
you
to
can,
the up to any level.
yeah.
Okay. Yes. From
Sir,
students. Please
sir,
ask.
sir, when we do project crashing manually, it takes a lot amount of time. So, is there any possibility of doing project crashing and all the activities in this softwares?
Who is speaking? Let me know name.
Gurpreet.
Gurpreet. Let me clear one thing. See, whatever crashing we are doing is wrong one. What I feel.
Okay, okay,
Because here, in case of CPM, we are not considering the availability of the resources. We are considering resources to be unlimited one. And when we consider it, we will start scheduling the project. Okay, so we are not considering the resources availability. Okay, I think you might be aware of the critical path method, wherein you just get the information about the predecessor activity, successor activity, and you will go on arranging the activities, and by this you will come to know about the start date and finish date for the project. But this will not work in a real life problem. We need to collect information about the availability of the resources, and as per availability of the resources, we have to schedule the project.
okay. So rescheduling is done and not
Yeah,
crashing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, first of all, rescheduling and crashing is the same only. Okay, see, two times we can reschedule once project is delayed. Okay, then only we can go for the rescheduling. And crashing or compression is nothing but if there is some limitations or some there is a deadlines are there or change in deadlines, so we can go for the compression or crashing.
Yeah. See, we will prefer crashing when we need to complete the project well before
Before
the
the
time.
deadline. Yes.
Okay, so in that case, we will concentrate on the critical activities, and we will try to resources, extra resources on the critical activities, and by that we will try to compress the activity time duration. Sorry, project time duration.
Yes. Yes, Jivani, I think sir want to ask question. Yes, please ask.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Sir,
Yes,
Yes.
you are audible.
sir, in case of sir, you showed the work breakdown structure example of two first level of breaking of superstructure and substructure, and then another second level breaking of activities like footing, cleaning, and all such activities.
हाँ.
And sir, और अंदर डीप जाना है तो मतलब कितना जा सकते हैं मतलब कितना
No,
जाएंगे?
at last there will be activity. Okay, suppose in superstructure you want to add WBS. Okay, so superstructure in this superstructure we can add WBS as a brickwork or frame.
Okay.
Then we may add WBS as finishing.
Sir, he is want to know. He want to know. Is it possible to divide this frame activity also sub activity?
Yeah, it is possible one.
Yes,
But
is it correct?
ultimately at last level we have activities. See, it is for our convenience only. By this decomposition, we can easily assign the resources to the activities, and even we can check the performance of the activity, performance of the work breakdown structure. See, the management of any organization is interested in the important milestones. Okay, they are not interested in the activities. Those who are dealing with the top management or the middle management, they will not be interested in the activity completion. They are just taking information about the milestones that are completed so far.
ओके सर, मतलब आप ऐसा बोलना चाहते हो कि कितना फुटिंग हुआ वो मायने नहीं रखता, लेकिन फुटिंग कंप्लीट हो गया, फुटिंग का जितना भी है वो माइलस्टोन हो गया, तो वो हम लोग ये प्राइमेरा में डालेंगे, मतलब फुटिंग नंबर F1, फुटिंग नंबर F2, फिर फुटिंग नंबर F1 का रिइंफोर्समेंट का टाइम करना, फिर उसका फोमवर्क लगाना, उसका कंक्रीटिंग करना, सर वो सब इतना डिटेल में नहीं जाते हम लोग प्राइमेरा में.
No. See, here we can add WBS for footing. Okay, and under that we will have activity, isn't it? So all the activities that are part of that WBS are completed. then we can say that that WBS is completed. Okay, so here in this case, see in our case, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 activities are part of substructure. When we complete all these activities, then we say that this WBS is over.
Sir, can you just decompose this footing activity so they will understand, sir? Footing.
Yeah, yeah. See, this is activity. We cannot divide into WBS. It is a part of this substructure WBS.
Yes.
If you have multiple activities like footing 1, footing 2, footing 3, then you can go on adding these activities, footing 1 activity, footing 2 activity, and you can arrange them as per their logical sequence.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. What type of reports we will get from this softwares after assigning this WBS and about cost related?
See, here we can get n number of reports, project reports. Okay, let me show.
See here, sir, just to explain you very small thing because it is not possible actually 2 hours
Yeah,
within 2 hours because it contains a resource sheet, this reports and all these things. We hope that we will have one workshop, so that's why then only we will easy to understand. See this, these are the sir is presenting now various types of
yeah,
reports. You see
here are
this.
the standard reports that are available. Even you can develop your own report also as per your convenience. See here, one of the beauty of this report is that we can develop our header footer. Okay. See here, we can develop header footer wherein we can put our organization logo on left side, right hand side, and at the center we can provide the company information, address, like that, likewise.
Okay. Another questions from student side.
सर सर कोई मेगा प्रोजेक्ट है तो सर अप्रोक्सीमेट कितना टाइम लगेगा सर ये एमएसपी पे करना मतलब?
Yes, very
See,
good
there are,
question, sir.
see, there are tricks to add number of activities. Even we can assign relationship between activities within a fraction of second. Okay, right now we added 8 activities and it takes nearly 2 minutes to provide a relationship between these 8 activities. Okay, but with the help of various tricks, we can reduce the time required to add activities for the project. There are several tricks by which we can complete the project within less time.
सर तो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 1 वीक तक जाएगा मतलब पूरा एमएसपी पूरा
Yeah, again, it depends. It depends upon the number of activities that are available in your project.
Yeah.
See here, I see. I will remove the relationship from here. Okay, and I will check for the. Okay, so I want to give us relationship to these activities. So I will select all these activities. I will just right click and I will click on link activities. Here, by clicking on link activities, all activities will get successor. So these are the simple tricks by which we can do smart work in Primavera.
हेलो सर।
Yes.
Yes, Anik.
सर वो जो रिपोर्ट जनरेट होते हैं ना लास्ट में प्राइमावेरा में, सर वो जरा और ब्रीफ में बता पाओगे क्या
See
कि
here,
व्हाट काइंड और
here
क्या
we
क्या
have
रिपोर्ट्स?
a standard set of reports. Okay, if you want to get information about the project details, see here, this is about the project details. See, these project details are for entire database. Okay, let me
Sir,
into
please
the
show them if you have this resource allocation report. So it will
resource
be,
allocation. Yeah, I have.
yes, yes. If you have, then please show us. It will be helpful.
See, here is the details of the resources that
Details
are
of the
available
resource.
in
Yes.
my database. See, these are the resources. Here we have labor. See, basically, we need to provide three types of resources: labor, non-labor, and material. Okay, so equipment part will be covered under non-labor. Okay, so labor here in we have Hari as a labor who is a part of process design. She's dealing with the department process design, and by default duration is 3 hours per day. Means he is working for 3 hours in a day only. And another resource is Deepak, who is part of civil design department and who works for 8 hours per day. Also, we have provided the unit cost for them also, that is wage for them. So here are the some of the materials. Here crane 1, which can be utilized for 8 hours in a day. It is 75 ton. Another crane is of 450 tons, which can be consumed for 8 hours in a day. Now material, here you will find cement. Cement will be unit of measurement for cement will be number of bags. Okay, so that can be provided under the unit of measurement. Yeah.
That we have to define, na, sir?
Yeah. We have to define it well before the addition of the project,
Yes.
and we have to assign it to the respective material.
Project. Okay.
सर टोटल टाइम ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट के लिए कौन सा रिपोर्ट चूज करें हम लोग इसमें से? टोटल टाइम ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट,
हाँ,
उसके लिए कौन सा रिपोर्ट चूज करें इसमें
see,
से?
here by referring to this
Bar chart.
you can get an idea about the start date and end date for the project.
See this. Yes.
हाँ सर, वो तो हम लोग के लिए एज अ टेक्निकल हम लोग वो देख सकते हैं, पर अगर
Sir,
non-tech
he
person
want to ask that he is interested if some client want to know that what is the start date and what is. Sir, please show that particular bar chart report, sir.
See, by referring this bar chart only, we can get idea about the starting date, finish date. See, bar chart is simple one. Everyone available on the site remembers, or you can know very well, because it's a common practice.
No, sir, he is asking, is it, can we give this bar chart on this report format?
in the form of report.
हाँ.
Yeah, we can give. Yes.
Yes,
we
the
can.
report में है ना उधर ऊपर है देखो
Yeah,
सर.
yeah. We can.
सर ड्यूरेशन टोटल नंबर ऑफ डेज वाला किधर है?
Yes.
No, let me change the setting. See, here we can get the printout for the same, wherein we can design header for our organization. See, this is header for my
Yes.
case.
Means sir, it is a complete representation of all the activities along with
Yeah.
respect to time.
Yeah. We can enlarge it also.
Yes.
Let me change the settings. See here.
Yes sir, thank you.
Yes, another questions?
Sir, one more question.
Yes, please ask.
Sir, regarding to escalation of price.
Hmm.
सर मेनली कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट होता है वो स्टार्टिंग में इनिशियली बोलते हैं कि 1 साल में होना चाहिए, लेकिन जब भी प्रोजेक्ट बीच बीच में मोड़ पे आता है तभी कुछ ना कुछ डिफिकल्टीज फेस होता है, उसकी वजह से प्रोजेक्ट 1.2 या 1.5 साल तक चल जाता है। तो सर बीच बीच में मटेरियल का, लेबर का रेट्स चेंज होता है, और पहले थोड़े 20% ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट मैंने सीमेंट 320 रुपीज पर केजी के हिसाब से या पर बैग के हिसाब से किया, बाद में प्राइस बढ़ के 350 हो गया। स्टील का भी वैसे ही कुछ चेंज हुआ, तो सर वैसे सब इसमें होता है?
Yeah. Here we have separate provision. See, even we can introduce the promotions that are given to the company officials. That can be considered over here. See here, I will just show you one example. Okay, so let us take the example of cement. Okay, so here I have assigned cement rate as 310 per bag. Okay, let us assume that today only it has been changed to 360. Okay, so here we can add one more entity over here, and we can change the effective date. Okay, so
मतलब वो इफेक्टिव डेट के बाद जो भी सीमेंट बैग मंगवाया रहेगा वो नए कॉस्ट के हिसाब से रहेगा?
yeah.
Yes, 6 में.
तो फिर सर इनिशियली जो मैं रिपोर्ट सबमिट करेगा कंपनीज को, क्लाइंट को, कि भाई आपका प्रोजेक्ट का ड्यूरेशन इतना है और कॉस्ट इतना है, और बाद में जो रिपोर्ट सबमिट करेगा तो दोनों मेरे को अलग अलग कॉस्ट का दिखेगा?
Yeah. See, by that you will come to know about the price escalations or the deviation from the planned cost and the planned schedule.
Yes, sir. There is another question from Tumar Ayush. If we have 2 contractor on
See,
site.
let me finish, Viren sir. Let me finish.
Yes.
See, let us assume that Rajesh, who is working under instrumentation construction department, and his wages has been revised recently. Okay, so for that, okay, previously his wage was rupees 850 per day, and now it is revised to 900. Okay, so whenever we employ him after 8th of May 2021, his wage will be considered as rupees 900. Okay.
या सर.
Yes, sir. We have one question. Another question. If we have 2 contractor on site, then can we compare progress of that 2 contractor?
See, we cannot compare progress of both contractors because the scope of the contractor will be different. No? Scope will be different. We can track their work.
Yes.
But we cannot compare them because for each contractor we will have different scope.
Different types of work. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Different types of activity we have to assign.
Yeah.
Same activity cannot assign the 2 contractor. Yes, correct.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
during the project duration, sir, one person is to be needed for this handling of Primavera software.
Execution of project, sir. He is asking during the execution of project. Correct, na Yash?
हाँ सर, मतलब एग्जीक्यूशन के टाइम एक बंदा या एक मतलब इंजीनियर तो चाहिए कि जो सिर्फ मतलब प्रोजेक्ट प्राइमेरा पे अपडेट करते रहे.
Yeah, see here, we can effectively manage this software by sitting in head office. Okay, so for that we will add users in this Primavera, and these users will be the person, those who are working at site. Okay, so we will give access to him, and he will go on adding the progress for each activity, and by that he will come to know about the status or the progress of the project.
Yes, sir. Mostly project managers.
Yeah, so those who are involved in the project execution, for them we will give access.
Okay, any questions? Yes, from my side there is one question, sir. It is always in mind. Student के भी mind में आया रहेगा, sir. What is the minimum experience is required to what you can say to develop this WBS as well as the to operate this software okay, effectively? And is it possible to start our own project management consultancy after getting the mastercy or means what we can
See,
say
you
proficiency in this particular software? Yes,
you are residing in metropolitan city, so there is
yes.
too much scope for this software.
Okay, okay, sir. Yes, please
And
tell us. We would like to know more about this, sir.
I think experience doesn't work over here. It is a part of expertise, and expertise comes when you go on practicing it. Okay, so I think practice is most important for this software.
And we can start our own project management consultancy also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have too much tremendous scope, I feel.
Yes, any other questions?
सर तो वो टाइम पे मतलब हम लोग को इनिशियल नॉलेज तो होना चाहिए ना कि ये एक्टिविटी है तो ये एक्टिविटी को ऑलमोस्ट इतना दिन लगेगा सर
Yes, he is asking, sir, he is asking.
बताएगा कि भाई इतना दिन ये एक्टिविटी को जाना चाहिए इतना ऐसा मतलब
See, for the activity estimation, have you gone through project management, Viren sir?
Yes, they have completed, sir.
Yeah. See, in under this project management, you come to know that the activity estimation. There are different methods by which we can find the activity time duration. Okay, so in most of the cases, we seek expert advice. Those who are expert in the execution of such type of projects, we will seek guidance from them, and from the scope of the activity, we will try to get idea about the duration of the activity. Okay, so those who are going to plan the project on the Primavera need to know only the data about the activity time duration and their relationship. Okay, it doesn't mean that he has to work on the project and he has to identify the duration of the activity. He will get instruction, he will get data about the activities, and just he has to give input into the Primavera P6 software.
Yes, means if you are as a price engineer, if you know about this software, if you have proficiency as well as the expertise, then also you can start with the collection of this data of this particular time duration of completion of activities and all these things.
Yes, yes.
Yes, but according to our sir says, sir already said that you must be means what you can say good or better in expertise in this software. So yes.
See, Viren sir, I am teaching this software since 2013, and every time I think in first semester this course is for MTech, and second semester this course is for UG students.
Okay,
so,
sir. In this
every
university,
year I teach twice in a year. That is why I got expertise.
yes, yes. But there is a very much unfortunately this Mumbai University in previously like CBS GS syllabus pattern was there. There is a one small chapter that introduction of MSP and Primavera, but unfortunately it is removed from the university syllabus also. Actually, it is a one separate subject should be there.
We are offering this course as a compulsory course to UG students also at our institute.
Because right now it is the need of the construction process.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes, from student side, I am requesting to any one of student to vote of thanks. So yes, Gurpreet or Yesh or anyone or Shubham Chaudhary or anyone who or other student also want to give the vote of thanks from your side. So we can conclude or any other question in your mind. So you can ask. Otherwise, we can conclude. Yes, Gurpreet. Is Gurpreet is there? Hello.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yes, please give the vote of thanks. Yes,
Yes,
whatever
sir.
whatever experience.
Yes, sir. It was very wonderful session. We got to learn many things new about the software, and the question.
I think he is having sound is not audible, na, sir?
Yeah, he's not audible.
Okay. It is okay, sir. Yes, sir. From the start and in the middle of this session, also we and after the completion of this session, yes, there are three different stages of your presentation. First, you explained very briefly about this project management, work breakdown structure. Then, at the middle of this session, you started the actual process of this Primavera. And the third session, you very completely overviewed the one best example of this particular simple example of this particular Primavera, that is demo project. Okay. According to this session, I want to tell you to all students, it is very difficult to complete this entire information about this software within this short possible time period. But anyhow, this Amol sir have successfully managed, I think so, that managed that to explain brief introduction about this. We call this is as a brief introduction. Is it
Yeah,
correct, sir? Yes, sir.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it is
yeah.
not. Don't think that that only 2 hours or lectures is explain everything. Okay, so you have to actually you have to attend the particular workshop and you have to develop this. First of all, your interest is very important. Whenever you are working on any type of software, any type of project, any type of field of area, your interest is very important. So those students, if you have your interest as a construction management, as a project management, if you want to make a career on in this particular segment, so you can go through this type of seminars, you can attend such type of seminar, you can attend such type of workshop. Okay, from the Department of Civil Engineering VCT. Once again, I would like to thanks Mr. Amol Thorbole sir. So I'm very much thankful to from my department and my institute to you came here. You present the wonderful webinar or seminar, we can say now webinar we can say, on this particular Primavera and introduction. I am very much thankful, and yes, in future we would like to interact with such session with more session, and also we are expecting like workshop sessions and training program. Okay, so yes, thank you so much, sir. Yes.
Thank you, Viren sir, for calling
Yes.
me and
Yes.
giving opportunity to interact with you all.
Yes, because
And
sir,
it was a
we
great
actually,
time.
because sir, what exactly problem is we are only delivering the theoretical part,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
student don't know what exactly practically is happening. Okay, because we have some limitations, we cannot go through the visit and all these things. It is not possible within the. Some restrictions are from our side also, so that's why we are actually organized such kind of interaction between this industry people with the students. So I hope some benefits should be there for the student. Okay, so thank you, sir, once again.
thank you, thank
Yes.
you.
Okay, so can we conclude this guest lecture session? Yes, student, please reply.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For the attendance purpose, please type your name and roll number so we can conclude. Okay, and we can leave the meeting. Yes. Yes, Amol, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Viren sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, sir. Yes, we can leave, sir. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. We will talk on call, sir. Yes.
सर लीव कर दे.
Yes, those who are given the attendance, they can leave. Okay. Yes. And hello, 1 minute. The feedback for this guest lecture is also, I will update the link for the feedback. So give the feedback. It is very important. And yes. Okay. You can leave.
हॅलो सर.
बोलो.
सर आता हे जे वेबिनार